And I told you this when I talked to you, and only you and I will get this, and everybody else from where we're from. And I said I had to bring this up, and this is why I'm on the subject of food.
Chick-A-Dilly?
I wanted to segue into that. Keith, so there's this chicken
realize,
place.
Like I'm 30 minutes to an hour past dinner time for this pot, and I'm just sitting here just suffering right now.
Hey, this is why I love the West Coast, man. I love my time zone. But
right.
Chick-A-Dilly was just such a unique little spot. It literally was just this like alley wide little hole in the wall building just off of Main Street that had a pass through window that you ordered, and they handed you the best fried chicken in the world you'd ever eat, man.
Absolutely.
And it was funny because I just all of a sudden, and I had to bring it up because a couple years ago, Marlon and I were back and forth on Facebook. I think he might have even messengered me or something, but you just out of the blue asked me, "Hey man, what was the name of that?" I did. Evidently having a conversation with someone about it, but
is it
just
still
a
there?
No, it's not still there.
No, it's not. It was replaced by Rigdon's.
Yeah.
Which is still a great chicken place, but
yeah. So we are known for our great Southern cooking, man.
I'm not going if I can't get the original experience.
Well, I still get the odd look when I mention grits to people.
For sure.
What is a grit? And
in the
you can't
South?
find. No, here.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
duh.
Yeah. I can't even find instant grits in the Safeway
territory. You're
that's it. Listen, that's all. It's almost if I was still a fight man, it's almost fighting words when you say grits to somebody out here and they go, "Oh yeah, like it's just like oatmeal." Like, how dare you?
What?
How dare you?
Yeah.
Say something as blasphemous as grits is just like oatmeal.
Right. I special order mine actually online from Edisto, South Carolina.
Well,
do you really?
Yeah, there's a company down there called, and I'll give them a plug, and you guys are more than welcome to sponsor us, by the way. Geechie Boy Grits. Delicious, some of the best. They use an old recipe, man. So that's how hard up I am for good Southern cooking.
I could get you some and ship you some if you would just tell me these things. They've got good grits around here.
That's okay.
There's a place. There's the place I get my. I guess you can get them from anybody on the side of the road in South Carolina, but there's a place called Young's Plantation, no relation to me, in Florence. Okay. That will ship a can of these 10-pound cans of boiled peanuts anywhere you want.
Oh man, yeah.
I get them Cajun style.
Oh yeah, there you go. My dad and stepmother, they boil bushels of those things and they freeze them. They keep them in the freezer year round. So whenever the grandkids come to town or I come to town, my sister comes to town, they're pulling them out of the freezer and thawing them out, and we're just sitting there just stuffing our faces with them.
You guys are killing me. You're killing me.
All right, really?
I gotta go get a Christmas tree, but I gotta eat first. And now I'm not sure I'm gonna get to the Christmas tree part. I'm so hungry. Marlon, can we give some plugs out for you? Social media, anything really. The floor is yours. Do you have anything you want to?
Well, I appreciate that. I oddly enough, I don't. Other than be on the lookout for this film, Hellfighters is what it's called, and this TV show is called Who the F is Mike Young.
Okay.
Again, no relation to me, but that's the name. That's the name of the show, and I think that's it. Yeah. Be on the lookout for a movie. It's called Faith-Based, starring Jason Alexander.
I can't wait.
Top of our families.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll stay in touch on that. So sure. Keep us informed.
What about? Sorry, Jay. Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask. Would you be willing to come on and for a segment or two in the future. You know, and
Absolutely.
maybe we'll prepare like maybe a top 10 list or something for you to
there you go.
to do with us.
Love it. I would absolutely.
We'll keep it short. What what about you want folks to follow you on any social media? Do you have a
I'm never.
Okay. All right. Good for you.
I wish I could say follow me on Instagram. I don't have an Instagram account. Or when it's active anyway. When I go on Facebook, I'm just looking for updates and then I'm off of it.
You're probably smarter than we are. So.
Well, what about your sister-in-law with the charity that she's involved with that you went down for in Beaufort? Is she still involved in that?
Yes,
well,
she is.
Why don't we?
Okay, her name's Beth Young. Mm-hmm. It's called Citizens Opposed to Domestic Abuse, and CODA. Citizens Opposed to Domestic Abuse, right? Okay. And what they do is they take women and their children who are in abusive relationships out of that hostile environment and put them in shelters that they're trying to build across the state, around the state, at no cost to them until they get on their feet. It's a fantastic charity. So look that up, and if you can give a shout to Beth Young.
By the time
she'll tell you all about
screens. We will have the information.
Perfect
right down here.
Yeah, yeah. We'll put it on our web. We'll put a link on our website as well, mentioned on the podcast. Yeah. So we'll certainly do. That is a very, very good cause. So I appreciate what she's doing for it, and thank you for supporting her in that, because we need that for sure.
The only other thing is, Keith, you'll have to get the audiobook first and then listen to it before you decide whether you want to plug it or not. And it's called The Last Dinosaur and Every Man's Guide to the New Woman.
Yeah,
we're both in.
Reason, it's just
are you in? Okay, great.
Yeah.
We're both in.
You'll like it. I think you'll like it. It's my voice talking to you for an hour and 17 minutes.
Oh, that was one other thing that I forgot to ask you about. Okay, so you have done some narration, but one of my favorites, because you have a perfect voice for it, and one of my favorites is Peter Coyote.
So great.
Yeah, and so great. I just see you being that level in narration, man. It's so, you have such a definitive voice. I know it's you when you're talking.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, So, do it, man. Do more of those.
I'm working on it. I've got to injure that other guy first. I'm gonna find him and hit him in the throat. His name's Keith David. You look him up, you'll see him, and you go, "Oh, that guy! Of course, that guy."
He had the BMW voice of BMW for quite a few years, and also a big gaming. He did voice talent for, I think it was Halo, one of the big ones.
He's the Call of Duty guy that I lost a job to.
Okay, so he's been around.
He's been around a while.
I would say he's same age as the rest of the room-ish.
No.
Really?
He's getting close to 70.
No.
Wow.
If he's not over 70, Yeah, I mean, listen, I appreciate your kind words about the voice, Jay. It's my mentor in the voice world was a guy named Don LaFontaine. You better Don LaFontaine, right?
I've heard,
the movie trailer voice of every movie up until he passed away about 10 years ago. So I used to hang out with him, and he had a studio in his house, so he would have the information for the trailer would come to his house, so he'd just go in and allow me to watch and do his thing and how to articulate and how to breathe and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? So the voiceover world is a very specific world. It's a tougher world to break into than acting is, because unless Keith David loses his voice,
right.
Because of the voiceover thing, you get up in your underwear. If you got a studio at your house, it'll take you 2 minutes while you get coffee. You never have to dress or leave. So it's such an easy job to do. I'm working at it. I'm working on it.
So,
but right now, I'm concentrating on this movie.
Jay, I think
Gotcha.
I think one of our career goals needs to be, look, if these old Top Gear guys are doing their movies now on Amazon, when we do our first, maybe in the style of Jackass or something, I don't know, but we need to
Talk to Marlon.
We need to see if we can hire Marlon to do the trailer voice and
The trailer voice.
Yeah.
that needs to be a life goal of ours to get Marlon involved somehow in the voice of. Since it's just been a recurring theme of this whole podcast.
Right. Well, I told Keith I was going to do this to you, man, and I have to. Can I go ahead and do this, Keith?
Oh, right. So
yeah.
So the shtick was what? Like, because from Marlon's acting career, there was a character where he got somebody to wear a hat on Jimmy Kimmel's show. We thought it would. Marlon, we thought it would own Jay. This was Jay's idea. 100%.
I'm gonna. I'll send it to you, my friend.
So for those of you that
can't wait to wear it.
You want trucker style, or you want baseball cap style?
Trucker. Let's go trucker, because it's never something that I do, but I'll do it for you guys.
That's us, man. Be proud of that. That's my buddy. Yeah. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. You're welcome. Thank you.
Jay, well played, man. That was I forgot all about that.
Yeah. Well, that whole scene, man. I mean, I remember the first time. Let me tell you my reaction when I saw that scene. The first time I saw it, I'm looking at my wife and I'm going, I know this guy. I know this guy. And then you just started popping up everywhere, man. It was like, that's Marlon, So that was that was the first. And then I really got hooked just waiting. I got hooked on Entourage just waiting for you to come back on, So
wow.
Yeah, I was one of my favorite characters, man. I mean, you had the body shop, and just a very cool character, man. So
it's pretty cool, man.